All right. Hey, happy new year, everyone. Welcome to Draglist Live, where we bench race with the world's top drag racers. My name's Bill Pratt. It's awesome to be with you tonight. And because tonight it's so cool, we have the four-time NHRA Top Fuel World Champion, Antron Brown, with us. Before we bring Antron in, let's go to John real quick. John, how are you doing, sir?
Doing great here, BP, and Happy New Year from Houston, everybody. Please join us on the live chat. The window is on the right side of your screen, and I'll take notes and I'll pass your questions and comments along to BP and Antron.
Thank you, John. And folks, click the like and click the share button. Let your buddies know we got Antron live. And I'm going to prove it by bringing him in. Antron Brown, welcome back to Draglist Live. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing good, Bill. It feels good, man, to be back here. To all the holidays behind us. 2025 is here, live. And it's already here fast, man. These years just keep running, man, really, really fast. But 2024 was a good one, man, and we're looking for a lot of great things here in 2025 also.
Absolutely. Well, congrats on that world champion. Your big number 4 and your first as a car owner. I mean, that must have added a little extra spice to it.
It did, man. It really, really, really did. The thing about it is we all been working really hard, us as a group, as a team, and we put it all together, man. We put our heads down. Everybody's at the shop working hard. We've been at the shop right now working on a brand new car for next year. We got a brand new car for next year. And then the car that we won the championship, man, it's got the new front half on it, rewired, plumbed, ready to rock. It's up in the trailer already with a new wrap on it for next year. And our new car just got done. It's getting wrapped this next few coming weeks. So, man, the season's not even here yet. And we're pretty much locked and loaded and ready to go. So, really, really pumped to get going, man. Really pumped.
That's all. There is no off season anymore, is there? A couple of weeks, maybe tops, right?
Yeah, like you really get the Thanksgiving break for a week, and then we shut everything down at the shop on from Christmas to New Year's. But we still have a few of our guys and girls that live around where they want some things to do, so they come in and piddle and do some different things and work on some special projects. So we have a lot of that stuff going on, and man, we're just eager, man, to get back after it. We got so many new things that we want to try. We know we got some things in the works, and we know what we need to do to be better. And that's the main thing. It's like you go in the off season, you go, how can we be better? What do we need to work on? We know we got some things to work on, but the way we worked so hard with our team this whole year, we were just steady and ready there all year long, and we just stayed true to it, and we were able to squeak out that win, squeak out that championship.
Right. That was an amazing season, the closest top fuel season in my memory. And you had to nail it. I mean, you went through the playoffs, right? It was like what they planned it, how they planned it, I think, at the Gods of NHRA. You made it happen. You got it done. That was pretty amazing.
It was a nail biter for sure in the top fuel category because the category is so good. And I can tell you, I remember like yesterday, we got through the first 2 countdown races that we won. We won 2 of them. And then we literally put it up and go, if we could just win one more race, or if we go to the last couple of races, let's go and get runner up at the next 2 races, or get a runner up in the semifinal. That pretty much will secure us. Not saying that you want it, but it'll give you a good shot of locking yourself into having a really, really good probability of winning the championship.
Right.
And we got through it. And man, we qualified well at the next couple of them, and we made it to the second round and we lost. And in one race, Justin took us out first round in Dallas, and he went on to win the race, and it catapulted him from third in the points to first in the points with a 44-point lead. That shows you how tight it was. And if we could have got him there that first round in Dallas, that pretty much for us would have gave us a really good jump on everybody. And just to go from there, maybe we could get maybe to the semis or the final. Or if we would have won that race like Justin did, our cars were running neck and neck. We ran the same ET. He just got us off on the starting line, and he just ran the rest of the race the same steady like they always do. They're a great race team. And and he took that, and that's what we did in Pomona, where we had a line up get some first round, and we got that back, and we just stayed steady the whole day. And it prevailed against the win. And I'm telling you, brother, it could have played out so many different ways. It was great for everybody to watch.
Right.
For everybody to think too. But us race teams going through it, brother, we had to stay cool, calm, collected, man. And it was a lot of nerves. Where at the end of the day, we won that championship. We're just like this. We did it. Oh, like we were taking a sigh of relief because it was over, and we ended the season. You know what I mean? So it was a really really good playoff season for us for sure.
It's fantastic. Well, I mean, obviously a lot of great strategy. You've pulled together an amazing brain trust. One of those gentlemen retiring, the great Mark Oswald, moving on. You have anybody in mind to fill those giant shoes?
And we have people that's on our team already that's just going to step up. And Brad Mason's been Mark's understudy for a lot of years. Been working hand in hand with karate. I always call Brad on our team. A lot of people. He's been like our car chief and team manager that runs the guys in the shop. He builds the race cars, put them all together, problem solves all the stuff on it. He was kind of like the Alfred to the Batman and Robin duo with Brian and Mark. You know, Brian was Batman and Mark was Robin, and Brad's been the Alfred of the bunch. Yeah. The best way I can describe it. And he had all the other guys in the secret development ops of the crew guys putting the stuff together, and everybody's important on this deal to make it happen. And I just remember like yesterday, Brad and Mark being together on the phone all the time. And Mark's always just a phone call away. But Mark was just stable, man. He was just always cool. Like, he never got rattled. He's made everybody's demeanor just a lot more calmer. And he was a problem solver. You know, that's what people don't realize on these race teams. You can have people that can turn the knobs. You can have people that are very aggressive, go out there, drop low ET, can smoke the tires. But the thing about it is you got to have somebody that's able to problem solve and find a problem when things go wrong to fix it, to make the things work right. And that's what Mark Oswald brought to the table, man. He was very instrumental in that department, especially on the engine development, building specialty tools, making measures and stuff. And we're going to carry that on forward. Like, we're going to keep innovating, and we're going to keep doing things to try to make things better. And Mark was really good at doing all that.
That's fantastic. Yeah, we've been obviously following him for years and years and years, back to the Thomas Oswald and Cattleman Pro Conference.
Yes.
Back, I think, I don't even know when that was, the 70s, 80s, something back then. Anyway.
That was definitely like that was the late 80s. I mean late 70s into the early 80s. And I remember he was with the Cattleman guys for a while, and they worked hard. Yeah. And they always had nice stuff, and they took care of it, but they were very engineering savvy, man. That's what a lot of people don't realize. They were innovative. That's one thing our sport has drifted away from a little bit, where we kind of work in this box. We can't be Top Fuel used to be a class you go to in Funny Car that was wide open for development.
Right.
Like those days you can't do that type of things no more. But that's the reason why our competition is so close and so intense now, because people's been refining what's been in this box for a while, and it's getting quicker and better, but more efficient down the racetrack.
Right. Yeah, I tell you, it's like with Top Fuel fields that are like old pro stock fields that tight. It's pretty amazing when you consider all the horsepower and what it takes to get to the track. It's unbelievable.
It's pretty crazy when number 16 qualifier is only 800s away from number 1. That means it's anybody's race first round. There's no give me no more, brother. It's like you lined up first round. Everybody's got a first round and final round. I remember Norwalk, Ohio this year, you couldn't pick who's going to win first round. You had a good chance to pick right.
Right.
But I guarantee you it was a 50-50 shot, and it wasn't leaning one way or another, because you had people getting taken out left and right. And then we had races this year where the last person who won the last race didn't qualify for the next race they went to.
Right. Yeah, like, 370s don't make it. High 370s anyway. You better.
It's brutal. Like if you miss one round when the track's really, really good, you go, okay, well, I know I can have a car that's capable of dropping low ET, go out there and go 67. But if I do that and I smoke the tires, I'm going to be on the outside looking in. So you got to go, all right, well, let me settle and go for like a 69 to a 71 run. Right. If I get there, I know we'll be in the top part of the field or somewhere around there, but I know we'll be in a good qualifying position where I can work on my like car and my setup for race day, because race day is going to be like tomorrow, was going to be hotter during the day. So you have to really play that chess match, and sometimes you got one round to set the field to get in a good position. Sometimes at tracks we have 2 rounds. It might be the earlier session the next day, or if there's another late session the next day, you got 2 that you have a chance. So you want to get in, and then you can throw the kitchen sink and go for the coals on the next night, run the next day, and see if you can go number 1, but still be in the show.
That's awesome strategy. Antron, let me jump to John real quick and see if anybody's on the chat line with a question. John, anybody out there? Whoops. Got you on mute, brother.
Gotta get unmuted. We've had a few people show up, and everyone sends their heartfelt congratulations to you, Antron. We don't have any questions as of yet, but everybody's just really happy that you joined us tonight. And we're extremely happy that you won that championship. That was hard fought, man. Y'all did great.
Oh, appreciate you, John. Appreciate everyone for the congratulations, and they're always hard fought, but that's what makes them mean so much. You know what I mean? Our last championship was in 2016, and we've been close several times and fell short. Even our first year owning team, we fell in second place to Brittany Force, and we jumped way up there, had a chance to win the championship. You know what I mean? And we was pressing hard, brother, and it felt good to get up there and get it done this year for sure.
That's awesome. Did you, I mean, we talked about this a little bit, but as an owner, I mean, you had 3 before, which were all awesome, obviously driving for some of the greats, but with this one, how did it feel? I mean, really, when you and Caps, when you say we're going to be owners, well, everybody's like, yeah, these guys are badasses, but that's a whole nother, ball game there. But you guys, damned if you didn't both come out and knock it out of the park. And I mean, just kudos to you for that.
Well, you got to remember one thing, Bill, is that we're all students of the game. But Cass was very fortunate. He kept his whole team intact. And one thing that we did have at DSR, Don was instrumental because we always had the right people on our teams. Our teams were all individual teams under one umbrella, where the crew chiefs and the crews and ran the teams. They ran the race teams. And for me, I was a little different than all the other drivers because I was having my foot in it, where I looked at the budgets. I ran the budgets. I did other things. I know about having vendors and POs and ordering the parts and look at the spreadsheets. That's what I do. You know what I mean? And the main thing is you got to let the crew chiefs do what they do. That's what Brian gets to do. He gets to choose and do everything the way he wants it done. And then him and Brad talk about it, and then Brad orchestrates it and makes it happen and go gets the parts and pieces put together. And we do things as a team, man. And that's what a lot of people don't understand, is that when you put yourself around the right people, great things happen. But it happens because you got to put people in positions where you're not micromanaging. They're doing it. And, I don't have to take no credit for that. Those guys know what to do. They do that. And then I'm able to function and work on the business side of things and work with all the partnerships, the sponsorships, what I do well. Go out there and do all the public speaking. Go out and talk to the fans, sign the autographs, and do and create the business-to-business opportunities for my partners so they get a good ROI on their investment. And then we can keep the team going and flowing so everybody does what they're great at. And I'm intrigued because I can work on the cars. I really dig into it, making stuff. I get on the mill, I get on the lathe. You know what I mean? I could dabble here and there. I could tack some things together if they need to tack some stuff together. But work on the aero stuff. I love doing all that stuff. But I've learned a long time ago my energy is spent where it's best replicate, where I got to do the other side of the business. And I get to dabble on the other side when they need me, help out, have some fun, pass by times. But we put everybody in the right position, and I set them loose. And if somebody messes up, we all regroup as a group effort, go over in a meeting, figure out analyze the problem, fix it, and we move on, and we learn from it. That's why I tell them, I said, the way you grow in racing is by trying things, making mistakes, and you learn what not to do, what helps you learn what to do. And that's how you go forward with anything you do in life.
That's fantastic. Yeah, micromanagement, man. That's a hard lesson for a lot of folks to have learned over the years. I mean, a lot of owners, they had to smack their hands in making tune-up changes. This is back in the bad old days, right?
Absolutely. I saw a lot of teams out there today that still make that mistake. They want to tune their own car. They get capable people to come in and they're throwing it in, and then they make them do what they want to do, but it's going the wrong direction, and the tuners get blamed for it. You get what I mean?
Sure.
And not even them doing it. I'm like, man, you got a great team. Just let them do it. You know what? They're going to struggle.
Right.
They're going to struggle because something's going to go wrong. Clutch just is going to change. Combination is going to change. Something's going to act up. Or you got new crew members you got to get dialed in because everybody's on the same page, and you lock it in one area that you think that's there because a different person used to do it, but a new person's doing it. You got to find out what's coming from. Then
Right.
you got to address the problem, fix it, and then move on. And that's what a lot of people couldn't do. Oh man, you need a fire crew chief, get a new one, plug and play, plug and play. And then all you're doing is starting over again.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're like, be patient. Now, if you got people that are doing the same thing over and over again, you got the same results over and over again, then it might be time for a change.
Right.
But what I'm saying is people are going to go up and down. Like, look at Jimmy Pratt. A couple of years ago, his car wasn't running the best.
Mm-hmm.
Duck with it, learn from it. That car was like, it was crazy good this year. Like, it was crazy good all year. And Austin, all he did was he was a rookie driving a funny car, but he got better and better as the year went on. And he was always a killer on a tree and a great driver, but he got better because he had a car that was like unstoppable. So then he got like the car was, and the whole team was unstoppable.
Yeah.
And the crew was unstoppable. That's what happens. You know what I mean? You got to grow. And that's what happened to our team this year. We won 6 races. We won 2 of the Mission 2 Fast 2 Tasty races. That's 8. Then we won the Pet Boys All-Star Call-Out. We won 9 events in AHRA this year. That's pretty phenomenal right there. You know what I mean? So my hats are off to my guys for doing an incredible job this year.
Absolutely. Well, you mentioned sponsorships, and obviously one of the biggest parts of your jobs. Congrats on bringing was it Mac Tools back this year? And who else is out there helping you out? Macco, sorry about that.
Yeah, Macco.
Macco, oh, Macco Tools. There you go.
Macco Tools, baby.
Yeah, that's why you got the big bucks in your position. I'm some hack on the radio chick. So welcome back to them, and thanks. And who else is out there helping you out this year?
Macco Tools, we got Lucas Oil, who's been a really strong supporter. Hanksters, big time supporter, is helping us up in all different directions. Got an AB Accelerate program driver with Angel, driving the A fuel car.
Right.
Then we have, besides that, and you step up again, we go right to like FMP, Factory Motor Parts, with the FVP brand on the race car. It's been supporting us, just re-up to also. So another 2-year extension. So we've got some great partners aboard, and Toyota Racing's been there for years and years. Right. And they're going to be with us for 2025, but we're going to be looking for a partner on that end of it after 2025. I've been with Toyota now, brother, for over 16 years of my career. And that's a hard one for me, man. But they loved us and gave us everything we needed to make happen. And then from there, Summit Racing been a big part of us too, helping us go do what we do. And we're just steady growing, man. We're steady growing. And I think it's going to get better. And Streamlight Flashlights has really come on really, really strong. They help us out on our car. And then also part of our AB Accelerate program with my son Antron, who's been racing really strong and hard in the sportsman ranks and going to big money bracket races. So we're looking to grow that whole program and just keep on going, man. And my daughter Ariana is going to start this year off, so she doesn't really have a brand that sponsors her yet. So we're going to see how good she is and see if we can draw another partnership for her racing. But we'll keep digging, keep going, keep working with all of our unique partnerships that we have and grow upon it. You know what I mean? And Genesis that do the big scrapper arms and stuff like that.
Right.
The nibblers, the concrete nibblers, and the big scrap arms that pick up the stuff that are extensions on big track hose and stuff like that. They're a new partner, and we're growing with them each and every day. And we're just trying to grow, man. We're trying to grow it, and it's growing. It's been growing. So hopefully this year here we can bring some new partnerships to NHRA drag racing that hasn't been out here before, and that's our game plan.
Well, that sounds great, man. I tell you, you're knocking it out of the park. And before we let you go, and I know, thank you so much for giving us some time tonight. I know that you got something else you got to do, so we're going to cut it a tiny bit short. But do you have anybody else you'd like to do some shout outs to while we have you? Maybe crew members, or I know you covered all the sponsors and you covered your sons and daughters who are awesome, and Angel. But any final thoughts for the crowd out there?
Man, I just want to thank the crowd, especially our drag racing fans. And if one's never been before, it's great to see us on TV where you can watch us on Fox Network or FS1. But I really want to invite people, if you've never been to a live NHRA Mission Food drag race, you got to come check it out in person. We travel across the country to 18 different venues across the country. And I'm telling you what, it's an experience. It got me at an awe when I was 10 years old. That's what got me in the sport. I was always a fan of the sport. My family, we didn't come from nitro racing. We didn't have big money. My dad and uncle were sportsman racers. They spent every last dime in their car. They worked hard Monday through Friday and spent all their money they had on Saturday and Sunday at a drag strip, sportsman racing, like bracket racing,
Right.
weekend warrior racing. And I never forget when they took me to my first national event at Englishtown, New Jersey. Tell my age now, 1986. And I saw Big Daddy Don Ross there flip over and get out the car. Gave him a standing ovation.
Wow.
And I never forget. That's what makes our sport so special. Every ticket, GA ticket, reserve seat ticket, I don't care where you sit at, is a pit pass. You can walk into pro pits and walk up to any team and see what they're doing.
Mhm.
And that's what we were able to do. You know what I mean? We're able to go up there, watch. I saw my heroes right at the fence, at the extension roof, watching what they were doing inside their pit and working on their car. And then every so often, if you get a really cool person, they invite you in to go actually sit or get in a race car and take a picture. And I got to be able to do that when I was 10 years old, and that's what gave me the hopes and dream to actually go and be there one day.
Right. It's so cool. John, before we go, any final thoughts from the crew? Any questions, John, before we say farewell to Antron?
I don't know if this was brought up or not, but Eddie Gurnett asked, what do you think is going to happen with Toyota leaving after this year?
Oh man, the hard part is that Toyota is rerouting, doing some different stuff. So it's hard to say. I know they're going to F1 stuff, so they're redirecting, and all that we could do is be very appreciative of the 20 years that they spent in drag racing and other forms of motorsports too. So I think one day, I think they'll be back, and they'll be back stronger than ever. And I'm just appreciative of all the time that they gave us over the sport and what they've done for our sport and the outreach they have done through their social media, through their commercials, and everything of that state, and bringing all realms of motorsport together, from road racing to NASCAR racing to drag racing to open wheel racing, like quarter midget racing and stuff. They brought all of our athletes together. We always did things and cross-reference and did some really, really cool things that I think you've never seen in motorsports before. So I think in the future you'll see them back, but right now I think they're trying their wheels and doing a different stint right now. So
Thanks, John. Thanks, Andrew. You did a great job for them too. 16 solid years. I know every one of your sponsors gets their money's worth and more. One of the brightest stars on the NHRA circuit, one of the nicest guys at the track, on the screen, or seeing you out to restaurant, wherever. Awesome to have you on tonight, and I have a happy New Year. We look forward to following along.
Yes, I appreciate you very much. Just think about you saying about Toyota. Been with me for the start of my Top Fuel career. We won 64 races with Toyota.
Wow.
4 world championships. So it's pretty special, man. It's a pretty special relationship.
Absolutely. Well, thanks to them, and corporations change their strategies, but 16 solid years, they were liking what they saw here, and as you say, hopefully they'll be back.
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate you, fellas. Thank you all so much for having me on.
Thank you, Antron. And we hope we can get you back one of these days. Maybe we'll talk about it after the season, after maybe championship number 5, hopefully.
We're going to go for it, baby. I love it, Bill.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, 4-time NHRA Top Fuel World Champion, Antron Brown. Thank you so much, sir. Kate, take care. We'll see you
Anytime.
down
Thank
the road.
y'all so much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, Antron, fantastic. Let's say farewell. And let's go to John Bachman for this week's JB's Take of the Race. Well, first of all, John, before I do that, I know that we had some folks on the chat line, but who signed in? I know that because we had just a little bit of time with Antron tonight, we probably didn't get our chance to say hello to everybody as they signed in. But do we have some folks to do a shout out to? You still there, sir?
I'm sorry, BP. Were you talking to me?
Yeah, I sure am. Sorry. I was saying that because we had to cut Antron short a little bit tonight because he had another scheduled appointment. Sounds like his puppy, actually. But we didn't get a chance to say hello to the folks as they join the chat line. But anybody, any names out there and who they are and where they're from? Some of our friends joining us tonight.
We've got people here from coast to coast. Rich Panicaro and Mark Malinsky in New Jersey. Jack Red is with us, and J.W. Adams had the question if Antron was going to re-sign with Matco Tools, but Antron already covered that, so I didn't ask that
JW.
question.
Welcome,
and
buddy.
Eddie Gwinnett is here, and let me see who else we got, man.
Welcome, everybody. I hope
Pete
you had a
Moriello
happy
with
New
us.
Year.
Yeah, Pete Moriello says Happy New Year, everybody.
Hey, Pete.
And that's everybody that's on the chat. Well, no, Tona Walker says, congratulations, Antron. You are our Matco hero. And she says, wouldn't be where we are without you.
Oh,
and
fantastic.
She's absolutely right.
Well, my apologies, ma'am, for screwing up the name, which Andrew gave me. It forced Antron to put the logo right up front, so that helped. I think he pulled me out of my screw up there. Anyway, guys and gals, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Always lovely to have you on. Let me turn it over to my friend John Bachman for this week's Racer of the Week and JB's Take. John, take it away, sir.
Thanks, BP. My pick for Racer of the Week is Pat Downs from Visalia, California. Pat was recommended to me by our friend Mike Baba Balmerino. Thanks, Mike. Pat recently won his Pro Stock class at Corey Mack's Vegas World Finals with his awesome Pro Stock VW Bug. He's won the Fast 4 Cartel Heavy class in 2022, the Volks Group Pro Stock class in 2023, and the World Finals in 2023. He's won many races before these dates, notably the Fast Times at Farmington race in 2018, where he set the Pro Stock ET record at 5.901. Pat also won Texas versus the World in 2023. Congrats to you, Pat. This beautiful Steve Color King's Demand painted hot rod has been a familiar car in winner's circles across the country for the past decade. Pat has dominated his class for years with no signs of slowing down. The Pro Stock legal machine runs in Pro Mod and Unlimited Turbo on the West Coast. Pat holds the ECPRA Pro Stock record at 5.90 seconds in the 8th mile. In Pro Stock, the car has run 933 at 145 miles per hour in the quarter mile. The engine displaces 176 cubic inches and makes right at 400 horsepower, naturally aspirated. Pat relies on one of Rancho's Pro Drag Bus transaxles to get power to the pavement. Excuse me, y'all. We're getting over the change of season cold here in Houston. And the Pat is a proven engine building and racing history. Turnkey engines are a specialty at Pat Downs Performance. You know you're in good hands with 36 years of engine building and machining experience. All of their engines are built to order. They will build you exactly what you need. You will never get a generic off-the-shelf engine from them. Many customers also decide to purchase a long block instead of a complete turnkey engine, and they have them ready for you too. Pat has a fully equipped machine shop from engine balancing to cylinder head and engine case machining. They can do it all. Quality control is huge at PDP. All of their own equipment in-house allows them to control quality, giving the customer the best service available. PDP went above and beyond on their engine dyno. Every PDP engine gets tested on the dyno, and a horsepower and torque report is saved and available to their customers. Pat offers flow bench testing using his SuperFlow 600 flow bench, and on special request, cylinder head port design and testing. Multiple records have been set with Pat down cylinder heads. Pat holds the current Pro Stock ECPRA record. As I had mentioned before, his Shockwave ignition system is one of the finest VW ignition systems on the market. Pat has developed an all-in-one ignition system for both the amateur and professional Volkswagen owner. The easy-to-follow videos walks you through the installation process step by step. Well, Pat, your hot rod and your high-performance products are absolutely outstanding. Thanks for sharing your information with us. We wish you good luck, safe racing, and the best of times in the future. For the sake of the future, don't forget the past. I've made graphics for the last 20 plus years using that phrase, and recently our friend Rick Osborne was inspired by it, and he had it painted on his awesome C-Gas 38 Special Chevy truck that he campaigns coast to coast, and he uses this phrase as his motto. He sent me the following message about how this phrase validated his mission. He said, "John, we just got back from Chris's picking up the 38 Special with your quote lettered on the top of the rear window, and I wanted to show you first. Chris does great work and he's a perfectionist, so it looks cool. To tell you the truth, in the last 19 years, we have hauled the 38 from Florida to Canada and New York to California to tracks. I dreamed about this as a kid, and I can't believe that they let me go down tracks that my heroes did back in the day. But competition and going the fastest was never in my plans. I just wanted to be an also-ran, and I am amazed and happy with the way things have gone because the people we have met and become friends with are worth more than anything I ever expected. So when I first read your post, I thought that is what we have been doing the whole time, to show everyone what nostalgia racing is, with no electronics, no weights, and nothing but horsepower to make that old truck stand up and salute the fans. So thanks for the opportunity to put it on the truck." Well, Rick, I can't find the right words to thank you for doing that. It means more to me than my words can say. Everybody stay safe and well. You are the most important part of this show, and we love you all. It's a great way for us to spend an hour together on a Monday night. Have a great 2025, and we'll see you next time. God bless America. Back to you, BP.
Thank you, John. Awesome, awesome stuff. And yeah, if I gave it enough thought, I would have like loaded up those photos that Rick sent over. But I think you put them up on Facebook, so folks check out the Draglist Super Crew Facebook group, and I think that's where you can see them. But very, very cool. I know that he was just tickled with that quote, and I didn't know he's going to put it on the truck, but that's pretty cool. Let's go on and go forward. I know that we had a real great event up at Lebanon, Pennsylvania yesterday, the annual Drag Fest, Indoor Drag Fest. It was Saturday and Sunday. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it this year. Rick and Terry Osborne were there, along with many of our other friends. Unfortunately, work matters kept me close to home, and we'll maybe one of these days I'll retire and I can free up some of my weekends. But I'm glad everybody had a great time up there. Saw some awesome photos from a lot of our friends, and sorry I missed it, but I'll see you next year. and somewhere in 2025 for sure. Let's talk about upcoming guests. So we'll talk about next Monday night. Miss Kate Turkelson has been working hard, getting us folks. So next Monday night, drag racing historian and all-around good guy Dave Waslowski is going to join us. Dave and I are going to compare notes about all the drag cars that we've written down and followed up on over the years. He's one of those rare folks. There's probably 10 or 20 of us in the world that really get into the drag cars, and I might pull some other dudes on here as the year goes on, because lots of good info that a lot of people don't know. So I'll chat with Dave this week. I'm not quite sure what we're going to talk about, but he's got just tons of knowledge on drag racing, and we'll figure out what we're going to chat about next week. That's Dave Waslowski, and lots of amazing big names coming up in 2025. As you know, we love to cover the sport from photographers to sporters to writers to announcers to racers and to the folks who work on the cars. It's a multifaceted sport with a bunch of great people participating. So looking forward to getting some awesome people on here. Let's go on to those we lost. And of course, this covers 2 weeks now because we've been off through the holidays. But on so going back to December 20th, 2024, sorry, reported Chuck Bayek from San Diego passed away. Chuck has a long history in drag racing, run a AA coupe out of Denver at the time in the late 60s, and recently wrote Nostalgia Eliminator 1, Front Engine Dragster, in many of the Nostalgia organizations. Real good guy, Chuck Bayek, and one of the online one of our online pals for the last several years. On the 22nd of December, we lost Sam Schemmerhorn. Sam ran the T-Town Missile Pro Stock Duster out of Toledo, Ohio. He ran that thing in Pro Stock, mostly at local shows, and then ran it in one of the sportsman categories at the NHRA national events. Really strong Mopar Pro Stock drag racer from back in the day, back in the 70s. Sam Schemmerhorn, farewell to you, sir. And also, at the end of December, we lost Canadian gasser and pro stock racer Bert Strauss. If you remember the Chili Willy gassers that Bert used to run back in the 60s. And of course, when the 70s rolled around, he had that unique Pontiac Astra pro stock, perhaps the only one or one of just a few that were in the sport, and qualifying for NHRA Pro Stock shows and doing a great job. Farewell to Bert Strauss, passing away in late December. Also, on the 29th of December, we lost Superstock Ford Maverick racer Jamie Groves. Just a great guy who was well regarded by all of his friends and fellow racers. And then also on New Year's Day, another Superstock racer, Chevy 2 racer Stan White, passed away. So farewell to these racers. Thanks for the thrills over the years, guys. And, condolences, of course, to their families and many, many friends. And so with that, I'm going to go back to John. John, some final thoughts from you on the show or anything else you want to cover?
This was a great way to kick off 2025, BP. We had the top fuel champion on the show, and he's a great guy. And I think we had him on one or two times before, and he has never failed to completely open up and entertain us with everything that he knows and everything that he's done. And we're just proud to have Antron as our friend. And to Rick Osborne and Terry Osborne, I just want to thank y'all for doing what you did for me. He put my name on that quote. He didn't have to do that, but there it is. And I'm so proud of that. It's an honor to have that on there. And I'm looking forward to having more of these great shows in 2025 and having all of our friends with us.
You bet. Well, thank you, sir. And thanks to you. And we're, I tell you, the way Rick drives that 38 special, it's always up like this. And so that thing is right facing at eye level for anybody. I guess they may need specs depending on how big the track is. But that's about where you'll see that thing because it always runs with the wheels in the air. Did an amazing job out at Irwindale, just thrilled the fans and everywhere they go. They're wonderful people.
That
and
truck
everyone.
is the real deal, man. It's when he stands that thing up and goes down the track with it, it's not the Hemi under glass, which
Yeah.
is built to wheel stand. It is a race car.
Yeah.
And that is just an absolutely amazing hot rod.
Yeah. Terrific guy. All right, sir. Well, and thank you, John. I know so just some inside dope for everybody. I've just bought a brand new computer that I'm going to try to do an upgrade. And so, we're gonna wrap. We're gonna put, like Antron was talking about, putting his 2024 car with a new wrap. We're gonna send this one I'm talking to right now down to John. So hopefully we'll get, if you're unfortunately seeing me in crystal clear video, we're gonna get that down to John and hopefully get some of the sound fixed up and all that good stuff. So looking forward to doing that. If I can get my butt in gear and maybe the foot of snow outside, it doesn't preempt me, might be able to get that down there and hopefully get it all set up. If not for next show, the one after that. But
I really
excited.
appreciate that, BP. Thank you.
Well, you're welcome. And it's yeah, you do so much. And this is, it's, it ain't brand new, but it's pretty badass. I have to I bought a laptop and I already got, FOMO by looking at this computer as I prepared it for John. I'm like, no, I'm not giving up this screen. So I went and bought a big screen so I could see everything real big. Anyway, that's I'm looking forward to sending this down, looking forward to keeping going and just rocking and rolling. So folks, let's do a final wrap up here. For one thing, I hope everybody had a great holiday season and a great New Year celebration. We certainly did. Got some rest, and sorry you got a little bit of a cold there, John. But I went through mine too, and I got rid of it. So hope you feel better.
Thank
Let's
God.
go. We'll do our wrap up here, folks. We want to thank Antron Brown, who was amazing. Always so high energy, a super nice guy, and obviously the world champion once again. I want to thank Ted Yerzak, who helped us get Antron on. He's works with Antron, and we've known him for years. One of the great PR guys in the sport. Thank you, Ted. Miss Kate Turkelson, of course, working with Ted to bring on Mr. Antron and working hard in the background to bring in lots of other folks to see us. And of course, my friend and brother, John Bockelman, for the beautiful poster art and the beautiful promoting the show all week long. Plus, of course, sitting on here and gathering your chat comments. Thank you so much. And finally, thanks forever to Danny White, the big guy, looking down on us up in heaven, who got us started back in 1990 and did so much hard work for us. I want to thank Jeff. Let's remember Rob McCabe and Mel Bashore and Ron Tums, who are all putting updates onto the website like in a consistent manner. So thank you guys for taking care of us there. I want to thank Jeff Gilder of Zeus Digital Marketing, Racers Reunion, and Wingding Media for getting us started. As I noted earlier, but if you're just hearing it now, click the like and share button to share the show with your friends on YouTube. Also, subscribe to the channel, if you will, please. And check in on Draglist.com daily to see what's new. We had a little bit of a bug for the last couple of weeks, but Joshua Bowser and Brian Clark got that fixed for us back at Digital, our terrific web host. And so something that our buddy David Oakes sent to us at the end of the year last year that we were not able to put up. We just got up yesterday. So it's a 2024 tribute to all the cool cars with a lot of his awesome photos. So take a look at that. And then finally, let me say Happy New Year again and see you next Monday night, January 13th for Dave Weslowski. And have a fabulous week, everybody.